I want to make a pair of barrel leg pants today. I've only made one other pair of barrel leg pants and I love them. I wear them all the time. They're my favorite pair. So today I want to make another pair. I want to use the Sew Liberated Madrone Pants. I love all of the details on these pants. They have all these beautiful stitching lines, all the top stitching, the really dramatic barrel, like it's oversized. It's got my name all over it and I'm really excited to make these. I'm really crossing my fingers that they turn out right because I do have some concerns. I cut out this brown denim fabric here that I had in my stash from Blackbird Fabrics. I was looking over the instructions and I'll be honest, I was a little confused. Not confused, but just like I was going back and forth on what size should I cut. So based off of the finished garment measurements, my hip measurement is a 51, so that would put me in a size 24, right? But when I come down to the finished garment measurements, the 24 hip is a 75.5. That's a lot of extra ease in the pants around the hip, an area that I really don't like to add volume to because I have enough volume, you know what I'm saying? So I was really just like, oh, what size do I cut with this? Because I decided to cut the size 18. I really hope I did not do too much. So at a size 18, the hip measurement, finished garment measurements when it is sewn and done, 69.5. I feel like that's generous and dramatic enough. What do y'all think? I always keep top stitching thread in this machine. It has like the standard kind of yellow gold top stitching in it, but I need to get the white. I hope I got white. I have top stitching thread. All right, here's the white top stitching, and then I just have another regular spool of white thread for the bobbin. So the only thing is, I hope this is enough. There's a lot of top stitching on these pants. Okay, I just did the first edge stitch in the top stitch here, and I don't like it. I love the white. The white was definitely the way to go. I don't like the top stitch itself, and we can take a closer look together and you be the judge. So you can see up here where I first started, it looks more of a stitch, right? But then it doesn't look consistent to me. I did notice on the front row here that bobbin thread was getting caught in like that little groove right there where I flipped everything to the back side. I don't like it. I'm gonna take it out and then we're gonna do it again. Same ripper. Okay, I just did a few test stitches here and I adjusted the stitch length as well as my thread tension. The back looks good. I also bumped it up to a 3.5 stitch length. I had it on a 3. I'm going to go ahead and stitch it and then I will come back once I have both of those top stitchings done. The top stitching is going to be more of a problem than I anticipated. The first one here, I'm good with. That's fine. The second one, no. The only thing that is the difference is the first stitch has I think a little bit more layers. It feels a little thicker there because it probably still has some of that trimmed seam allowance in it. This one it doesn't have as much thickness behind it. Once we nail the top stitching on both of these, I'm gonna take a break. I'm taking a break. I definitely was thinking like, okay, this may be like a 2-3 day project max. If I can't get the top stitching right, who knows how long this will take. I am about to take a break. I can feel myself getting frustrated. It's 1:25. I am gonna unpick both of these again because you can see the stitches are just not consistent. The first one does not look like it's a 3.5 stitch length, but that's what it stitched out to be. The second one looks like a 3.5 stitch length, but the stitch is just, it's not good. It's not up to my standard, and I'm not saying, oh, it needs to be perfect. No. I just need them to look the same. That's it. It's the next day, friends. I had to sleep on yesterday. I have a swatch here, and I think I figured out the problem. So inside of here, the first row of top stitching is really right there where all of the seam allowance is. So essentially I'm stitching through 4 layers, but then when I do the second, so the edge stitch, I'm stitching through 4 layers. The second stitch, the top stitch, I'm doing it only through 2 layers. So that means I need to adjust the tension on my sewing machine, which I was not doing that yesterday. So I played around with some stitches here. So this here is all of the 4 layers here that would mimic the edge stitch, even that curve. And then this stitch is just 2 layers, and then this is just 2 layers. I think I'm in a good place. If it does not look good, I might just fold it up and put it away for later. And by later, I mean 2027. Let's try it. Okay, y'all, let's look at this together. I haven't peeked yet. I started out really good, and then it just got a little wonky there. All right, I am at the place where I don't care anymore, friends, and that's just the honest truth. My stitches are not consistent. So moving forward, I am not going to trim the seam allowances so far down. I want to make sure that I can stitch the edge stitch and the top stitch on the same settings. Let's move on. Align the front pocket and the front pocket facing, stitch around the long curve and a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. I'll be honest, because my stitches are not looking the way I want them to, now I'm a little nervous about doing all of the top stitching. I was very excited about all of it. Now I'm like, it might be a little more challenging than I thought. I was looking forward to it, but now not so much. Okay, I have the side fronts here with the pockets attached. And so this is what that looks like here. I am just going to put on some worship music and just stitch for maybe 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna call it because my spirits aren't up anymore after the top stitching. I'm very happy. I knew I could top stitch. I was like, what is happening? So the difference between the first stitches that I did and these that I just did here was the seam allowance. So I didn't trim down the seam allowance, and I feel like it stitched much better. I didn't have to adjust the stitches on the machine and play around with that. It just all stayed the same. But both of them are done. The top stitching looks so good the second time around. First time, we're just gonna, it is what it is. So I am really proud of myself that I didn't quit. We kept pushing forward, friends. I'm actually gonna stop on a high note. I'll be back tomorrow because I'm not feeling that well and my foot hurts. So it's the next day, friends. Let's make some progress. Today is Saturday, August the 8th. It is 1:14. I have not done anything. This is where we left off yesterday. Really happy with the way that top stitching is looking. So I'm just gonna dive in and get started. See how much we can get done today. I need to pull the instructions up, fold in 5/8 of an inch, and then fold again 1 inch. Oh, I see the notches. The instructions and the illustrations, loving them. Let me press this. All right, I have the pockets pressed in. So my notches are not lining up exactly how the instructions say that they're supposed to be lining up. So it did say a scant 5/8 of an inch. I think I just did a 5/8 of an inch. Maybe that made the difference, but the notches aren't matching up. So I'm just gonna make sure the top of my pockets are at the placement markings. So it's pinned on like that. All right, I have the back pockets stitched on, and yeah, this is what they look like here. If you can see that there. I'm at a place where I'm just encouraging myself to finish the project. The top of the pocket is 4 layers. The rest of the pocket stitches are 3 layers. So not too much of a difference, but still, like, the stitches needing to be adjusted for the tension. I put a lot of, I won't say I put a lot of pressure on myself. I want things to look good. They don't need to look perfect, but I do want things to look nice. But I'm gonna dial it back. I'm gonna dial it back because I don't want to be discouraging to anyone watching this. And then you're like, oh, I don't want to make these pants. You can totally make the pants. Just get your stitches, write down your stitches for top stitching and for your regular stitching, the different layers when you're top stitching. Write those down. All right, y'all, I'm back. It is 6:08. My top stitching thread, I'm almost out. And I went to Walmart. They don't have any top stitching thread in white. They have it in the yellow, and they had it in like a denim color. They don't have it in white. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is do a triple stitch with the regular polyester thread and see how that looks. I don't want to speak too soon, but based off of the size, I feel like I cut the right size, but I honestly won't know until I put it on. So we don't know yet. All right, I got that one done. Let me sew the other one. Okay, so I have the front attached to the side on this leg here. All my top stitching thread is gone. So the first option would be to take 2 all-purpose spools, white spools, and thread them through the needle together, or the second option would be to do a triple stitch. I feel like the triple stitch will take a long time and it may actually be thicker than the top stitch. So I'm just gonna put 2 threads together and thread them. And here they both are right here, and that's the bobbin. So I'm gonna see what this looks like. Let me test it. Okay, it was this one right here that I just stitched, the double threads there. Compared to the top stitching one beside it, I think it looks pretty good. Okay, here's a close-up, friends, in case you went into the same situation. This is with the double thread. This is the top stitching thread. So obviously a little bit thicker over here than over here, but honestly, if you run into a bind, I think this is a good solution. All right, let's give them a try on. First of all, that center seam back here, they look, if I let them go, they're gonna fall. So I'm trying not to. They are pretty cool. They're a little dramatic. I'm not mad at that though. Okay, I didn't stitch. It's a nice deep pocket. I could put all of my thoughts in this pocket, which I have a lot of thoughts. I can't wait for the elastic to get in, the drawstring to get in. I love. Welcome back, friends. It's Sunday. It's 12:30. We just got in from church. It's time to finish up these pans, okay? A couple things happening today. Number one, my husband's gonna be grilling out, so I'm excited to have some barbecue chicken. Church is really good today. The pastor was preaching about unity, how we need to be working together toward the main goal of the Lord, of the kingdom, talking about how we should be praying together, because when 2 or 3 are gathered together, then what? You got it. On today's agenda, we're gonna finish up these pants. Trying them on yesterday just really excited me. I'll probably come back once I have like the waistband and the elastic, or if it gives, I was about to say, or if it gives me any problems. It's not gonna give me any problems. Today's gonna be a good day. It's the last day. No problems. It's gonna be great. Friends, we are back. It is yet another day and I am still working on the Sew Liberated Madrone Pants. I do want to say, do not let how long I am taking to sew these pants make you think that this is a long project. It's actually not. You all saw I had to take a couple breaks. I actually could have sewed some yesterday, but I chose not to. So this is not a hard sew at all. But today is Monday. It is August 10th. It's 11:51 and I'm going to finish these today. Okay, it doesn't look bad. Let's look. I think I caught all, oh, I was right on the edge right there. Okay, measure it around your waist. Determine the length of the waistband by wrapping it around your waist. The madrone pants are drafted with an adaptable rise that may sit near your natural waist or lower. I don't want nothing too tight, girly girl, but I do want them to fit comfortably. This is kind of comfortable for me. All right, let me go ahead and pull this through. Maybe I will do, is it bodkin? I think it's bodkin. So this is what that little tool looks like here. And so you slide her down to open it, put one end of your elastic on one side. I'm actually gonna do a little bit more and then slide it closed. Whoa, whoa. Maybe I should stick to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to. That feels pretty sturdy. I'm going to insert the drawstring. I'm going to use this paracord. Got this from Amazon. I will link it below. This kit here, aglet kit. And this puts stoppers on the end of a drawstring. So I don't know if you can see that there. It probably won't zoom. I'm just going to measure out the drawstring cord, put the tips on the ends, and then we'll be working on the hem. Look at these. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I am so excited. Oh, let me get the pockets to the front. Oh my gosh, these are awesome. So again, this here is the crimping tool and it comes in this box and you have to like squeeze down on it to release it. It opens up and then you have to like go all the way down in order for it to open again. And so these are the ones that it came with, but I'm definitely gonna go with this bronze color, but they have gunmetal, gold, silver, and then again I also have this kit that has the same but in different sizes. I like to trim away like the little excess, and I'm just going to place the cord right inside of that like that, and I'm going to grab the crimping tool. I think this is a 4.5. I'm going to put it in the 4.5 hole. So you can see that's the 4.5 hole there, and I'm going to give it a squeeze. I'm going to go down to the 4. It didn't close all the way then. I'm going to put it in the number 4 hole. It's still a little gapy there. I want it to be closed all the way. If I put it in the 3, I think it's going to squeeze it and maybe even like break it. But anyway, let's see, since I already put it in there. The 3 was perfect. The 3 did it, the 3.5. So this is now the end of my cord here. Okay friends, I have the hem facing pinned to the inside of the pant leg at the bottom. The next step is to just stitch this, flip it over, and then do a top stitch and an edge stitch, and I'll be done. It's 6:41, it is still Monday, but I do have to take Justice to volleyball practice. It starts at 7. So I'm gonna try to finish these 2 stitches, and then later tonight when I come back, or maybe tomorrow, I'll do the final stitches and then we will be done with these pants. Let me know what you think about these pants, if you have the pattern, if you've made them. But that is all for today. Check out my latest sewing video here and I will see you all in the next video. Blessings everyone. Bye.